Listen to me very carefully, my gorgeous Capricornius. Listen to me very carefully. On the 15th of October 2023, you are going to be going through a really, really weird, bizarre, and really strange situation. This really bizarre and strange situation, I have to mention and I have to highlight, the weirder it is, the better outcome it's actually going to be. And when I say the better outcome it's going to be, I'm going to be talking about the 29th of October right now. I'm just briefly going to jump into the actual 29th of October, where you are going to be facing this opportunity that normally you would never ever go for. And this is what an impact this is going to make. Why? Because so much is going to be speeded up in the meantime, in between the 15th of October and the actual 29th of October. So what is going to happen on the 15th of October? On the 15th of October, you are going to have a very, very bizarre situation. Listen to me very carefully. This is really important to actually respond in the way that you want to respond. You need to respond in the way you feel like it's right to respond. Do not hold anything back whatsoever. With another words, you need to do, you must do, you have to do what you feel is right, my gorgeous Capricornius, because the mind-blowing and really important lesson is unfolding. And this particular lesson which is unfolding within the next 3 days, you are really gonna realize something so sacred about yourself. You're gonna realize what exactly do you need to do in order to create the maximum happiness in your life. And you're also going to be reminded of a couple of things that have been making you really, really unhappy. And only now you are going to actually have a power to do something about it. So when that situation takes place on the 15th of October, you just need to understand, no matter what this is, you need to do what you feel is right. And I repeat this again, you need to do what you feel is right. It is not the right time to go to check with somebody, to go to talk to somebody, to take some time out. No, that's another thing I was going to stress. This is not something that you can just walk away from and get back to it later on. Why? Because the energy on the 15th of October, it's gonna be absolutely out of this world. When it comes to you making a huge adjustment, but also when it comes to you at that moment in time planting a very, very powerful spiritual seed, which is in itself gonna start speeding so much in your life. And then and there, the process of a beautiful, gorgeous, and very powerful change, it's actually going to start. And how is this gonna reflect on you? You pay attention on the 20th of October, how nostalgic you're gonna feel on the 20th of October. But it's not about nostalgia. It's not about, oh, I feel sad and I feel negative. No, baby, no. You need to go back home to yourself, or get back home to yourself. Almost as if you've been running from something for a while now. Maybe you have been even running from yourself for a little while, almost like you were trying to prove the point to yourself that you've proven a long time ago. So now this is gonna have such an impact on you, where you're gonna realize again, this life is really, really short. I want to improve my life. I want to improve my well-being. I want to live every single day and make the most of it, which means that there was something for such a long time on your mind when it comes to you reaching the certain destination, but only now you are really going to make such a powerful adjustment. But that the part of what is going to be really interesting, that the part of that adjustment is going to stem from the fact that it's not about you on the 20th of October feeling like really nostalgic. It's about a reminder. It's about a specific reminder. You have been through so much, my gorgeous Capricornius, and now it's time to, like, you gathered so much, informations and so much knowledge, within the last few years, for example. But now you just almost as if you're gonna realize, I'm never going to be happy unless I do this. On the 20th of October, even the 21st of October, this in itself, it's going to be absolutely obvious. And when I say coming home to yourself, it happens at a sacred time in our life. When we go through so much, we learn so much. We realize how wise we are. And we were tapping into the right things as well. We were paying attention to the right things. And that's why you're being brought to this stage of your life, where you're going to realize unless you do the certain step, unless you make the certain move, you're not going to be happy. I don't want this to sound really bad or negative. No, baby, no, this is brilliant, because this is where your power is. This is where your strength is. There is so much which is going to start making sense to you as well here, my gorgeous Capricornius. And this is why this is going to be so, so, so important. And never mind the fact that your number in numerology, it's number 1728. 1728. It's a ridiculously powerful number. 1728, my gorgeous Capricornius. And that means that you're also gonna have something very successful. It's actually going to take place this month. You're actually gonna have a really fantastic news, brilliant news, my gorgeous Capricornius, when it comes to something that means to you so much, but something that it's like really pretty much so gonna mean to you quite a lot. So you are gonna have a brilliant news right at the beginning of October. You're gonna have a fantastic news, and this fantastic news that you are going to have, it's to do with you having success with something. And what you are gonna have a success with as well, it's like a really kind of gonna leave you with no option but to kind of make a decision. And you're gonna be very, very happy with the decision that you're gonna be able to make. What you're gonna be able to do, it's not about making a decision, but it's more about what you're gonna be able to do. You're gonna be very, very happy. And this is all going to kind of take place right at the beginning of October. I mean, this is brilliant. So you're gonna be delighted about what are you actually gonna be able to do, because it's to do with an aspect of your life that you felt like so hopeless for such a long time. You felt so hopeless, and also at the same time this kind of affected maybe your financial situation a little bit, but it also affected your own creativity, because you kind of like, I'm not saying that you were doing things that you didn't want to do, but only now, my gorgeous Capricornius, you are going to start seeing things crystal clear. This is absolutely mind-blowing. And also when it comes to the 7th and the 8th of October, it's gonna be this absolutely crazy moment of the actual deja vu that you are going to have. This deja on the 7th and the 8th, on the 7th and the 8th of October, these 2 days are gonna be full of deja vu, baby. Deja vus, but most importantly, these deja vus that you are going to have, don't ignore them, please, because these deja vus are a really integral part of your spiritual journey when it comes to you building yourself up, becoming more powerful through your own wiseness. So these deja vus that you are going to have are going to happen at around the time where you need to understand, you need to pay attention to what that is, but most importantly, the message when you have these deja vus on the 7th and the actual 8th of October, it's only going to highlight how clever you are, how smart you are, how intelligent you are about something really specific, some kind of specific choice, intelligent, powerful choice that you've made earlier on, or you are about to make that choice now, for example. But these deja vus are only going to highlight your own spiritual intelligence and your intelligence in general. But it's also going to highlight an aspect of your life where you need to put more energy in as well. When it comes to this deja vu moment, oh my God, I've seen this before before, baby. Oh my God. This is also going to highlight aspects of your life where you need to put more of your precious energy in as well. This is also going to take place again on the 27th of October, another deja vu moment. And this one is also strictly like reminding you how intelligent you are, but how clever you are. It's confirming something to you. It's going to confirm something to you, but it's also going to be the sign and indication that you need to put more energy towards something more. You need to put still more towards something that it's like looks like it has come to an end, or like looks like you're just about to move on from that, blah, blah, blah. So this is something that you most certainly are going to need to pay attention to, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. So this is in itself going to be really, really important. I mean, you know, I don't even know what to say. This month is going to be out of this world when it comes to so many confirmations on your spiritual path, on your spiritual journey. And each confirmation that you are going to have, it's at the same time, you know, gonna make you feel really proud of yourself. It's gonna make you feel really good about yourself. But, you know, also when it comes to, like, you know, people in your life, when it comes to people that mean to you so much, there is someone that is desperately trying to let you something know. There is someone is trying to let you know something, to pay attention to something, you know, and this is very personal. And do not ignore what this person is going to try to say to you. So, you know, just to pay attention to something that you are maybe doing wrong, or something that you are trying to do. And almost as if this is going to, so if a certain family member or a certain really close friend is going to point something to you that you shouldn't be doing something, and this is really going to kind of piss you off a little bit. It's going to like kind of, oh my God, what are you talking about? But then later, as the time goes by, you're going to realize this. But you must not realize this before it's too late. So it's absolutely so important, because almost as if you're damaging yourself with something, you're doing something that you shouldn't, and that particular person, because you mean to them so much, they're going to try to point that out at you. Maybe you're doing something that you shouldn't. Maybe you're taking something that you shouldn't be taking. Maybe, you know, maybe you're drinking too much coffee, for example. You know, I don't know what this is going to be. It really depends on your specific spiritual journey. But your indication is, like, when that happens, do not ignore this. You know, maybe it's going to come from an annoying family member. Do you know what I mean? Like an annoying family member, you know, who you just like almost instantly, almost as if you're gonna overlook like what they're gonna say. But you need to snap out of it, because this is actually gonna be extremely wise. And later on, this is gonna play a major role by the time you get to the mid of November, I said, yes, by the time you get to the mid of November, this is gonna be a game changer, because the main game changer, because you paid attention to it and you made an edit right at the time. Because if you did not make an edit, and you will know what this is, you will clearly understand what you must not do anymore. And if you didn't make this edit, then, you know, certain things wouldn't manifest for yourself. You know, when it comes to the actual November 2023, November and October are gonna be absolutely ridiculously connected, my gorgeous Capricornius. So this is why you need to like really kind of pay attention to what that family member is going to say to you, because it is, as I said, gonna be so important later on. This is going to be a huge game changer, because it is going to make an absolutely, why is it going to be important? Because it's going to make a mind-blowing impact on your life, and you're going to feel so much more happier later on. You're going to feel so much more positive, so much more optimistic, and you're literally going to heal yourself by listening to this person, by acknowledging what they're trying to say to you. And even if like even if you don't understand now what am I talking about, trust me, this is, again, I know I say this always, it's gonna be obvious, but it's true. It's gonna be absolutely obvious to you indeed. So when you kind of like feel a little bit upset, you know, a little bit pissed off, a little bit angry, like how someone was so bluntly like honest with you, be grateful. We must be grateful to have such a wonderful people in our lives. And it's telling me that this is a close family family member or really, really close friends. So these are the real genuine people in our lives who just kind of tell us things that, like, very honestly, that lots of other people wouldn't say, for example. So, you know, just take this as a blessing, my gorgeous Capricornius, rather than anything else. And also, what else I was going to say when it comes to the actual October, there is going to be some kind of unexpected money which is going to come to you. Some kind of unexpected money you're going to have, my gorgeous Capricornius, you know, somewhere in between the 17th and the 28th of October 2023. This unexpected amount of money that you are going to have, you must like kind of invest it into something. You need to do something with it, because it does have this very powerful energy when it comes to making something out of it. So it's like absolutely brilliant when it comes to some kind of investment, or it's absolutely brilliant when it comes to you buying something that you can use maybe to generate money, or maybe to use kind of, you know, like when it comes to creativity and things like that, you know. So this is what I also wanted to say to you. And on another note, my gorgeous Capricornius, when it comes to your nutrition and when it comes to your health, I do know that there is a lot going to be going on throughout the month of October, and I know that you are going to feel just a little bit stressed, okay, and maybe a little bit anxious. What I highly suggest you to take, it would be natural vitamin B complex. It's ever so important to take natural vitamin B complex, but you need to make sure that that vitamin B complex is without any chemicals, without any additives, without any unnecessary ingredients. And you also need to make sure that every single B vitamin, it's actually made like naturally, not like a chemically or anything like that. So this is very, very important indeed. And also, when you take a natural vitamin B complex, which I highly suggest you for anxiety, for stress, and for tiredness, I can see you being a little bit tired and a little bit drained, because if we leave these feelings, you know, then we just kind of become so oblivious to certain things, and we just kind of are not as proactive as we actually could be. The more proactive you are throughout the month of October, the more you're going to achieve, which is normally always like that. But now, because October is very powerful when it comes to manifestation, as long as you're doing something with passion, this is why this is going to be so important. So natural vitamin B complex for stress, for tiredness, and for a little bit of anxiety. And also to make sure that it's in a liquid form, and to take it the very first thing in the morning. Take it the very first thing in the morning, natural B vitamin, like a complex liquid, just to put like a few drops underneath your tongue, and then you just leave it there for like about 20 minutes, and then you just swallow it, you know. So this is the way I suggest for you to take a vitamin B complex the very first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. This is going to be absolutely fine, alongside natural vitamin D3, because natural vitamin D3, it's going to be brilliant like for your immune system, for example, but it's also going to be brilliant for energy. So natural vitamin D3 to take the very first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, with the actual B vitamin complex that you need to take in like a natural drops, and just put it underneath your tongue and wait 20 seconds and then swallow it. This way your body is going to absorb this in the best possible way. It's going to work much quicker, not only much quicker, but much better as well. So vitamin B complex and natural vitamin D3, this is what I strongly suggest. And also, on another hand, I do see you having a bit of a problem when it comes to your chest and when it comes to your lungs, for example. So for that, I highly suggest you as well. You're not the first sign that I'm seeing this. You're not the first sign, chest and lungs. And for that, I highly suggest to take black seed oil with B. Not flaxseed, but black seed, black as in color black. Black seed oil. It's something that I highly suggest you for your lungs and for your chest. It's a brilliant, brilliant oil, which is in general going to be good for so many other things, especially when it comes to boosting your immune system, but especially when it comes to your chest and lungs as well. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP. Only your doctor or GP GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Capricornius, or not. So now, hello my gorgeous Coco. So now I'm just going to start with the very first date, which is going to be very important for you. On the 1st of October, you are going to be able to notice this very, very unusual and strange energy. And this is nothing strange because at the end of October, you know, on the 31st of October, we are having Samhain. Some call it Halloween, some call it Samhain, where it's the time when the veil in between this world and the spirit world is at its thinnest, which means that throughout this month, the energy is going to be completely different. So it's not only about the 31st of October, but it's about the whole month in general. Like from the 1st of October until the end of the October, you know, we are going to be very intimate. We're going to be very, very intuitive, you know, intuitive, but well, maybe whatever. We're going to be very intuitive, or maybe even intimate. I was going to say maybe even intimate, who knows, but intuitive. We're going to be very intuitive throughout the month of October because of this, because the energy is completely different. And it's not only that, it actually goes into the first week of November as well. And this is how powerful this energy is. It makes us extremely intuitive, very psychic. It kind of like really opens us up like to the very specific level where we are able to read the signs and understand things from a completely different angle. We see everything like in such a different light, in a very powerful light. I can explain that we are able to see so much further that we're actually able to see normally, which doesn't sometimes become so obvious, you know, but it's more about the actions. It comes through our actions, and it comes to like how passionate we feel about making certain steps in our spiritual journey. And even if it's something unknown or something like that, we really tend to surprise ourselves, but it's definitely the feeling, the vibration to actually follow. So the very 1st of October, you are going to have a very, very unusual and very strange experience. This is really going to surprise you on the 1st of October. By the time you get to the 2nd of October, you're not going to be able to stop thinking about this unusual and weird experience. And some kind of sign is going to happen. Something is going to come to you in form of the actual confirmation. Why are you thinking about this? Because it's going to highlight, you know, exactly by the 2nd of October, especially, you will know this weird experience, why you can't stop thinking about it. Why? Because by the second time you get to the 2nd of October, it's going to be highlighted that something is missing in your life. What is missing in your life? It's gonna change everything. What are you gonna realize, my gorgeous Capricornius? It's literally going to change every single aspect of your life, and you are gonna become so kind of adamant and so keen to make some kind of a change. And this change that you want to make, it's like pretty much so almost as if like you are gonna realize then and there that you want to, on one hand, live a certain lifestyle, but then on another, it's to do with a certain lifestyle, but on another hand, it's also about you getting back to the certain point in your life when you really enjoyed something, when you were really, really happy. And I'm not saying that you're not happy now, I'm not saying that you're miserable now, but trust me, this is just more about sign, an indication what is like kind of about to open up for you in form of one of the most powerful journeys you've ever had. And what is going to be very interesting about this even further, even more, it's the way it's going to happen, like in the weirdest possible way, let alone how this is actually going to make you feel about yourself, about your life in general, about everything that you've been watching, paying attention to, about about everything that you've been going through, my gorgeous Capricornius, you need to be very, very happy that you are who you are, because you are extremely intelligent, you are very, very spiritual, and you have got the ability to feel and sense, you know, bad and good, and in people, in situations, and do not ignore this, because 99.9% of time you're absolutely right, my gorgeous Capricornius. So this is why this is so important. You are about to slowly but surely spread your wings, and you are about to fly like never ever before. So this is why it's important to pay attention to what is missing in your life. Again, you know, like within the last like about 4 days in October, you're already going to really kind of become aware of like some kind of event that you are going to find extremely important. And that particular event, you wouldn't even notice, like if you didn't acknowledge what is happening, you know, on the first, or what happened on the 1st of October 2023. That event that you are going to become aware of, you're really going to again surprise yourself how keen and how adamant you're going to feel. Yet again, this is another powerful indication that, you know, something really big time is happening in October. Something is big time changing, and November is going to be just as interesting, but it's all about you moving on with your life and doing something which is gonna make you so much more happier indeed. By the time you get to the 5th of October, my gorgeous Capricornius, on the 5th of October, it's brilliant. What a lovely news, information you're going to have. It's about a reward. You're gonna find, what you're gonna hear, you're gonna find extremely rewarding. And of course that this is to do with your life, it's to do with your spiritual journey. What are you gonna hear? You're gonna find extremely rewarding. But most importantly, it's gonna happen. It's not about something that you've expected whatsoever. This is gonna happen completely unexpectedly. This is gonna happen completely unpredictable. This is completely unpredictable. And now that in itself, it's so important, because at the same time it was affecting you from doing what you want to do. You're gonna realize, oh my god, this was there are gonna be elements of there where you're gonna realize how much this was affecting you. It was kind of blocking you. It was making you to see things in a negative way. So now you are gonna start to open to new perspectives. You know, this is so important, you know, to understand, because it's a lot to do with, like, you know, something that exhausted you, you know, something that exhausted you within the last 9 months. Something really exhausted you. When it comes to this, you were exhausted, and that is a clear sign and indication to me how rewarding you're actually going to find this information that you're going to have, because it's to do with the time of your life that you've been through within the last 9 months, but something that you felt so exhausted with, like, oh my god. So this is why this is going to be brilliant. You're going to find this very rewarding. You know, this is how I can actually explain this. When I said you're going to find this really rewarding on the 5th of October, I can explain this like an emotional challenge, like a very big emotional challenge. It's going to come to an end. And this emotional challenge is now going to allow you to resolve a certain issue, which means that you are, thank God, going through your spiritual evolution. And you are, by doing this, while you're doing this, you're also going to set your heart free. Why? Because you overcame a huge obstacle, and you need to understand, if you overcame this, what you're gonna realize that you overcame, my gorgeous Capricornius. If you overcome this, if you overcame this, you can overcome so much. So now it's your time. Now you're gonna realize the bigger picture here, and now you're gonna realize it's time to take your first step. Listen to this, look at this. Now you're going to realize, like, it's time, my gorgeous Capricornians, to take your first step. There is something that I was looking at here. Okay, now it's time to take your first step, my gorgeous Capricornius. Look, so look, when I'm shuffling these oracle cards, and especially when I focus on the 5th of October, and when I focus like now it's time to take a first step for you, you see this again. Just remember, this is like really pretty much so now you're gonna take a first step, but this is a lot to do with your home. This is a lot to do with your home. The first step that you're going to take here is to do with your home, but it's also to do with the first step towards your freedom. Look at this, the first step towards your freedom, like something was emotionally so affecting you, and it's bringing that much needed peace again into your life. It's like, oh my God, my goodness. Okay, so now what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Capricornians? Basically, yes, what I was going to recommend you this month would be absolutely gorgeous carnelian, red carnelian. It's not only stunning, look at this beauty here. It is not only stunning, but it just literally re-energizes you. It literally empowers you. It literally gives you confidence, you know. So it's fantastic when it comes to you needing a little bit of confidence, needing a little bit of positive energy in your life. I highly recommend you to get this carnelian, my gorgeous Capricornians, and wear this in October, November and December, and any time when you need a boost of confidence, a boost of energy, and ground yourself as well. This gorgeous carnelian pendant comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. Just click on the name of this video and you will see, you will be able to expand. It's gonna expand, and then you will be able to see where you can actually buy this from. So now the next date that I wanted to talk to you about, hi Coco, it's gonna be on the 11th of October. Come here, come Coco, come here. Sorry, on the 11th of October, my gorgeous Capricornians, this is brilliant because this is a very important moment. As someone, it's really gonna motivate you. As somebody very successful and somebody very influential and somebody who is very much so, somebody who made a really beautiful progress in their life, but it's again to do with something really specific that you feel pretty much so very connected to. So this person is inspiring you in their own unique way. On the 11th of October, this is gonna be obvious because that particular person, it's gonna, whether you're gonna be thinking about that person, whether you're gonna be looking at that person, whether you're gonna be watching that person, whether you're gonna be dreaming about that person, whether you're gonna be meditating and then that person is just gonna come forward. Hello darling, do you know what I mean? It's like, doesn't really matter, but somehow that particular person who is normally motivating you and inspiring you, through that person, suddenly you are going to have such a powerful wake-up call. You're going to open your eyes. But when it comes to some kind of part of your life that you're like, it became like a stagnation. It's to do with the part of your life that became like a stagnation. And that in itself is so important, because as soon as you realize this, as soon as you kind of identify this, as soon as you become aware of this, this is going to be such a powerful wake-up call, because at the same time, you're not going to realize that immediately, but this in itself within the next few days is going to kind of like really gonna start pointing you towards other aspects of your life that maybe you didn't give enough energy towards. So it's going to bring you interest in matters like in general, but again, most importantly, you're also going to realize to not to make an unnecessary sacrifice. And this is the important one, that you're going to realize through that person to not to make an unnecessary sacrifice, you know, which would only become even bigger problem later on. And this is why this is going to to be so important, because all this was making your life really incomplete, and it was making you like to not to enjoy certain moments when you should be enjoying them. And this happens when we are showered with lots of problems, and then sometimes the problems take over, and then it just kind of really kind of makes us to become a bit pessimistic. It's absolutely normal, it's natural, and what's important, and it's natural to happen every now and then, but what's important right now that you are, my gorgeous Capricornius, literally going to snap out of it. You know, just remember, this is something that was making you feel incomplete. And you know, like by the time you get like in between the 11th of October and the 12th of October, in between the 11th of October and the 12th of October, you know, the next day as well, the next day already on the 12th of October, you are going to become aware of like some kind of invitation or opportunity that is going to arise very soon. So you're not going to become, it's not going to be then and there, but you are going to become aware of the fact that this is going to arise soon. And you didn't know about these opportunities, you weren't aware about these opportunities whatsoever. You're only going to become aware of the fact that these opportunities are gonna like kind of that are soon going to arise only the next day, which is gonna be brilliant because it's going to give you time to prepare, because you're gonna find this quite challenging, but this is gonna be kind of like, it's gonna give you enough time to prepare. Indeed, already at around the 17th, you are really gonna kind of on the 17th, you are already going to have a kind of like a moment where you are kind of going to know a little bit more about it, and that in itself, it's also like kind of going to be confirmed to you through somebody very loyal to you, somebody who is like a very much so an important person in your life again. But then again, this is someone who is very much so connected to you, whether again it's a friend or a family member. So it's someone who actually is has got some kind of experience with that particular matter. It's brilliant because you will know that you are doing the right thing, and then at the same time, you know, you need to understand that you are basically going towards something you thought was literally unachievable until now. So this is crazy, my gorgeous Capricornians. This is brilliant. You understand how important this is going to be. Listen, you are gonna realize that you are going towards something you thought was literally not achievable. You really thought that this was literally unachievable up until now. So this is gonna be such a beautiful surprise, but then again at the same time it's gonna start the process of a wonderful change, where you are not only gonna become aware of like the extent of where this is actually gonna go through, but it's more about this absolutely vibrant, colorful, gorgeous, positive energy entering your life, where after this moment onwards, you know, you're gonna find yourself being like a little child, like happy and carefree, and you're gonna be very optimistic, and there are gonna be so many ideas that you're gonna have, so many unique ideas, and the more unique ideas you have, the better outcome it's actually going to be. You are coming out of something really bad. Just remember that stagnation that I was talking about, that stagnation was preventing you to be yourself, and most importantly, it was affecting your strength, it was affecting your confidence for so long. So this is going to be absolutely brilliant. The more it was affecting you in a negative way, the more optimistic you are going to be right now. And also, you are going to have a very interesting idea. You know, you're going to have a very interesting idea at around the 21st or 22nd of October. Very interesting idea, and that is actually going to come out of this situation indeed. And this idea you should not ignore whatsoever. Okay, the next important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, is going to be on the 13th of October. On the 13th of October, a very important message. Now this message is going to be direct message, like very important indeed. And this message that you are going to have, it's like basically going to make you aware of the fact that now it's time to start something that was on your mind, something new. And but that message, it's only going to make you aware of the fact how many possibilities this actually has. And this is why you're gonna kind of feel so happy. And there is gonna be a very powerful sign and very powerful omen which is going to confirm just that. And I'm glad that you're going to be paying attention to this omen that you are going to have. And this omen that you're going to have, it's also going to kind of be connected to number 8 somehow. Maybe it's going to happen at 8 o'clock, or maybe it's going to be happen at any time when it's past 8 minutes, or some kind of 8. It's going to have a very strong connection to this. But also on another note, number 8, it's pretty much so to do with happiness, to do with good luck, is to do with good energy, is to do with like a building energy, is to do with a career, is to do with the finances, or any kind of decision or anything to do. It's like kind of going to be going towards the right direction. So it's also a very good sign, number 8, when it comes to the actual numerology indeed. So that message that you are going to have on the 13th, it's gonna be brilliant, because it's gonna make you aware of even more possibilities about something that was driving you forward, so much for so long. And this is gonna be such a beautiful moment in time, because it's gonna bring so much kind of hope into your life, so much inspiration into your life. This is to do with the beautiful, gorgeous, bright prospects, but it's also to do with that moment when I said it's about mixing of the past and the present, but it's more about you following your optimism indeed. So this is why this is going to be so important. You will be left with no choice but to make a kind of a really quick decision. And this quick decision that you're going to need to make on the 13th of October, you need to make then and there. Don't think that you can have time to do this later. No, baby, no. Not only you need to make a quick decision now, but you need to understand that you have to be very persistent about it, very persistent, because you are super capable to do this. Like, oh my God. Another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Capricornians, would be this absolutely gorgeous new jade. Look how stunning new jade is. And new jade is absolutely brilliant when it comes to attracting a good luck, when it comes to like a finances, very positive for career, very positive for the financial situation. It attracts a good luck, especially when it comes to finances, career, or any important decision that we are making. If we are indecisive, a new jade is brilliant, because it helps us to kind of recognize what it's going to be so much better for us through our own intuition. It does help us to also kind of connect to our third psychic eye. So this is why you can see so much further when you wear this without even realizing. Sometimes the more you open up, the more you understand. Okay, and it's also new jade. It's also brilliant when it comes to the actual if you feel sad, if you feel down, if you feel negative, if you feel tired, if you feel like kind of disconnected, if you feel depressed, it's like absolutely brilliant. This gorgeous new jade comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. The next important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, is going to be on the 21st of October. On the 21st of October, do you know what? I'm not being funny, but I've seen something similar before. This is because you're so clever. This is this is more important than it may sound. But on the 21st of October, you will be. I've seen this before. You're gonna be so upset and sad because something happened to someone, but not to you, and not to the members of your family, and not to your friends. Nobody who you know. But you're still gonna be upset that something really bad happened to somebody, but it's not only one person, it's like a few different people. That you will know that these people made a terrible choice, terrible decision, and this is the direct choice of this is the direct result of their terrible choice and the terrible decision that they've made. whatever this is gonna be obvious to you, and you've seen this before, you were thinking about this before, and I've told you about this before. This is not the first time that I'm seeing this. This is only showing and proving my point how intuitive you, my gorgeous Capricornians, are. So you're gonna be looking at this person or a group of people, and you're gonna be thinking that they have done something terrible to themselves, and there is no way back whatsoever, because what happened was they were maybe following some kind of a wrong advice, you know, and this wrong advice that they were following brought them to this point of their spiritual journey, and maybe they were ignoring their soul, they were ignoring their spirit, and they went to follow like an incorrect advice. And this is gonna make you feel really, really sad, my gorgeous Capricornius. But then again, at the same time, it's more about you proving your points to yourself, and you knowing clearly what you must, what you have to, for the love of God, stay away from. So this 21st of October, I know it may not sound like how important it is, but it is very important, because it's gonna highlight something that most certainly you should stay away from. Whether this is some kind of poor and bad lifestyle choice, you know what I mean? Or maybe this is like, you know, maybe it's about lifestyle choice, or it's a certain lifestyle. Whatever this is, you have to really understand that you need to avoid this whatsoever. So this is your sign. And also, my gorgeous Capricornians, that's not all for the 21st of October. On the 21st of October, later on, you know, you are really going to find yourself being very, very kind of creative. You're going to be doing something, you're going to be working on something, and you're going to be really enjoying yourself. And then suddenly, you are going to be called to go somewhere, or you're going to feel the need to do something completely out of the blue. But this is because when we are very creative, we also have this very powerful energy when we are doing something for a while that we enjoy, like let's say you're a painter and then you're painting, and then suddenly you just realize, oh my God, I need to go there, I need to do this. And that's exactly what you're gonna do. And this is also gonna happen unplanned, and you are gonna be kind of pulled to go somewhere, and there is a very meaningful experience, something that's gonna happen to you completely unplanned, but then again it's gonna be very, very meaningful. And this experience that you are going to have, it's almost gonna feel like a little bit adventurous, but this experience that you are going to have, it's really kind of going to make you aware of the fact that you have to make a certain step, certain move. You're gonna become very determined to make a certain step or a certain move. But this would normally, like, no baby, no, it would really scare you, because it's just to do like tapping into something that you don't know much about, an unknown area of your life coming up, baby, but now it's time to go for it. And this is going to open the door for you. You are going to find yourself on at a very powerful stage of your life, you know, where you are going to realize, you know, certain things that, you know, are just pretty much a strong part of your spiritual journey through this. But this is only the beginning. This is going to really kind of bring the actual revelation in itself on the actual 20th of November 2023. Yes, I said 20th of November 2023, but you will see how this month is like crazy, in such a crazy way, connected with the actual November. And also, my gorgeous Capricornians, by the time you get to the 31st of October, you are going to have such a lovely, lovely, lovely surprise here. You are going to have a lovely surprise, because someone is going to come forward and someone is going to tell you how much they were like kind of missing you. This could be also, again, like a family member, or it could be like a friend, but this is going to come through as a very, very lovely little surprise. lies. And then it's not only about that person missing you, but there is some kind of tension that is going to be broken in between you that was causing an unnecessary imbalance for both of you. Maybe there was a bit of a broken communication in between you and somebody else. However, this moment is going to be wonderful, because I know that it's going to make a beautiful impact on your life. You know, this moment is like kind of, it's not only about that, but it's like you talking to someone and you having a conversation with someone that you did not plan, for example, but that person is also gonna kind of highlight for you some kind of a very, very intelligent choice. You are gonna have some kind of intelligent choice is going to be highlighted through that person as well. And this is something that also at the same time, this intelligent choice is going to be important, because it's going to kind of like really you know, later on the 31st of October, you are this intelligent choice that it's going to be highlighted. It's going to be important later on the 31st of October, because you are going to become aware of some kind of a lies, or someone is going to be lying to you, and these lies would be a lot about some kind of temptation. And because this intelligent choice was highlighted here, it's going to help you a lot to kind of stay away from some kind of temptation later on. This is why this is going to be so important. And also, my gorgeous Capricornians, when it comes to those of you who are in relationships, you know, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. It's going to be like, oh my God, some kind of a blast from the past when it comes to both of you. So it's going to be like some kind of a friend that you haven't seen or heard from in absolute ages, or it's like a family member who you haven't seen in like absolute ages, both of you. It's going to come through, it's going to come forward, it's going to make themselves known. Or you're going to be looking at some kind of photos, or you're going to be talking about something, and then this particular person is going to be highlighted who you both haven't seen in such a long time, and you both love this person so much, you both feel a very strong connection to this person so much, and immediately you're both going to become like so kind of like a very you know, nostalgic memories. You're going to be thinking about certain memories. You're going to become a little bit nostalgic. And then you're just both going to realize it's not about that person, but it's to do with a certain part of your life that you are both being brought back. So this person comes like such a wonderful channel guide for both of you, like a spirit guide for the both of you, because it's like through that, remembering that person, you will be kind of highlighted. You're going to remember the certain aspects of your life, something that you were both doing a long time ago and something that you're not doing now, and it's also going to highlight the certain lifestyle. You're going to feel such a great sense of urgency in order to kind of do something again, in order to try something again, in order to go through something again. This is absolutely brilliant. And also on another note, my gorgeous Capricornians, you as the couple are gonna really have a fantastic news when it comes to some kind of hard work, when it comes to something that you've both been working on for like a long time. You are gonna have a really great news when it comes to progress, and that in itself is to do with the finances, with the financial situation. You know, you are going to become aware of this progress, and this is going to be a sign, clear sign, an indication that now it's time to reorganize your life. Now it's time to make an adjustment, okay? It is very important. The sooner you start preparing yourself, the better it's going to be. And when it comes to those of you who are single and ready to mingle, oh my goodness, there are a couple of things that are actually going to happen this month. First of all, you're going to realize that there was someone that you just started to like recently, someone that you started to fancy recently. No, baby, no. Now suddenly you're gonna realize that that particular person who you started to like recently or fancy recently, it's not who they claim they are. Even worse, this is not a really nice person, not a really good person, somebody who is using people, you know, in general. But then what you're gonna realize here is that this person is not who they claim that they are. It's to do with an assistance with ulterior motive. Now this is brilliant. Bye, darling. Some little bastard. See you later, alligator. Okay, do not come back. See ya. No, this is brilliant, because it's like not someone who you feel like a very strong emotional connection with anyway. So this is brilliant. So but after that, within the last week of October, now you are gonna become aware of these new possibilities when it comes to your love life, when it comes to your feelings, when it comes to your emotions. There is some kind of idea that you are going to have within the last 7 days of October. For the love of God, go for it, go for it, go for it. If you're ready for the actual relationship, you need to go for this idea. You will know within the last 7 days of October, you're gonna have some kind of idea. I want to go somewhere, I want to do this. The reason why you're having this idea, because karmically you have been brought to this stage of your life, and karmically you have to kind of be aware of someone with a kind of ulterior motive in order for some kind of karma, bad karma, to come to an end. Within the last 7 days of October, that bad karma will completely be gone, and the direct result of that is going to be you having this idea, my gorgeous Capricornius, and that particular idea is going to bring very, very interesting new people into your life, and this is something that you need to go for it immediately, because one of these new people is going to be someone rather vavavumish, who is going to make themselves known already by the end of November 2023. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornius, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.